Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. When I was shuffling, I was seeing the Ace of Swords, which means that there could be something that wasn't clear before that now is, or something that you didn't know that now you know. It can be an answer that you've gotten to. We're starting off with the Nine of Cups. Something that you're thinking ahead about. This can be like something that you're planning for, that you want, or that you're going to work towards, that's connected with your future. This can also be you like making progress with something that you want, like maybe getting more clear on that, or making it closer to like a goal, something that you're trying to achieve or acquire. Seeing the Six of Pentacles as well. I get the vibe of you like wanting something that gives back to you. Like equal distribution, fair distribution. I'm wanting for, yeah, something that's going to feel balanced. I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles, seeing the Ten of Swords. This means that there could have been somebody that you were working with, or somebody that you were like interacting with often that may not be happening anymore. Whether this be like in work or in your personal life, you know, sometimes we're collaborating with people energetically and it's not like officially a work thing, but it's somebody that just keeps popping up for us. Could have been something like that going on, where you felt like you were like bumping into this person often, or seeing them often, or working with them often, or just like exchanging with them often. But what I'm seeing now is that something is clearing out, something is finishing. But there may be like some sadness that's connected with this. Like, as much as Ten of Swords can be the ending to something, and like it sort of needed to come to an end, or it was going to anyway, it can still be something that feels challenging to us because things are going to be different now. I'm seeing Aquarius. There is like a deep self-knowledge and self-understanding here. Like, I feel like this is connected with your path in a bigger way, like in a more insightful, like very zoomed out perspective of what you want and what you feel is like appropriate for you to be connecting with now at this point, like what's really relevant and what you choose to experience. But what I'm getting is that there could have been somebody that you were actively working with or like collabing with in some way. I'm getting that things come to an end, but this is actually for the sake of your path that this needed to happen. But I'm seeing something that like you may be feeling sad about this. Like, I know it needed to come to an end, but I still feel like sad that it did, you know. Or maybe I wish that this could have been part of my path in a different way, but it wasn't, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm getting just like kind of a petty attitude here with this. For some of you as well, this person that you had been working with, they may have felt very, very triggered by what it is that you have going on. Meaning, for those of you that have connected with yourself and you're connected with your path, because this is what I'm seeing here with somebody's energy. I'm seeing this person, it's like they know what they want. They're very transparent with themselves. They're like clear on like much of their purpose and why they're here. Not that we always know 100%, you know, like we're always finding more reasons and more purposes and all of that. But I'm seeing somebody that like reflects and knows themselves well. And there was somebody that, let's say this is you, there's somebody that you're working with that is looking at that and feels very out of place, and they feel like they don't know why they're here, they don't know what they're doing, and they're seeing you, and it's very triggering to them. Now, that's not to say it's their fault, it's your fault, it's like nobody's fault. That's not what this is about. We're just talking about like an observation of what's happening here. So this person is looking directly at you and seeing you be aligned and just standing on what you're standing on in alignment, and they're looking at that and they're seeing that as like a threat, basically. And so you may have gotten a little bit of backlash or like attitude from this person because of this. Could have also been a bit resentful as well. The thing is that, like, this person may not be at a point yet where they're realizing, oh, like, I'm having these feelings because, like, I want to find my place too. They're just sort of, like, looking at you and being like, I don't like the way that that feels. Like, they're triggered, but they're not at the point yet where they're, like, going deeper. If they were at a point where they were willing to, like, do the shadow work that's associated with this, you could have probably kept continuing with them, but they're, like, not aligned anymore because of where they are with things. So that's why they're falling away. So even though you can see like the potential of working with this person, or like, you know, in many ways that you're compatible, because of just like where they are right now with their ego, it's like not working anymore. And that's why I'm seeing why you guys are being separated. So I don't know how things are coming to an end, but I'm getting that it's happening because you're not meant to be around them right now. Meaning the only reason why we're not supposed to, why we're like not meant to be around or not guided to be around someone any longer, is if we're like no longer helping each other or like teaching and learning from each other. So this person, basically, they've hit like a wall with their ego and with their like willingness to open up and understand and to reflect. And so that's why you're being separated from them. Okay. And yes, like it wouldn't have to be this way if this person, like their willingness were in a different place, but it's not. And so that's meant to be accepted and also like honored, because that's just where they are in their journey, and we're meeting everybody where they are, at least trying to anyway, if we're up for that. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing here. So if you wanted like an explanation as to why it feels like you guys are being separated or why that's like happening, because it could have felt like very ideal in the beginning when you connected with this person, and you could have been like really feeling the reciprocity between the two of you guys and like really working closely with them, but like things again had to end just because of like how they're looking at you now. It's almost like they can't handle it. I mean, they can, but they're just, it's like when somebody like doesn't understand how their psyche works fully yet. And I feel like many of us can relate to that too. You know, like sometimes you find yourself in a situation where like things trigger you and your shadow work comes up. And maybe like in the past when you were less self-aware, you could have walked around feeling like maybe very jealous or resentful or like pointing the finger at people. You know, like think back to the time maybe when you could have empathized with that and just try to see that for what it is. That doesn't mean you need to be around this person anymore, but I'm just getting it more of a, like, it feels like your guides just want you to have an explanation, and you also don't need to judge this person for where they are, or also judge yourself for where you are, because it's just, you guys are splitting into two different paths now because of where they are with things and where you are with things. And that's why you guys, it's like you guys are in the same classroom, but you're being separated from one another now. And they may be put into a different class, or you're being put into a different class, like that sort of thing. But before, you guys were in the same class together. Now that's not happening anymore. And as much as like the Five of Swords is a choice, sometimes people are not conscious of that. They're not aware of that. They're not aware that it has to do with like their mindset and where they're looking at things. So that's also something to keep in mind too. Like, people don't purposely want to be in this space, you know? They just may not have the awareness enough to recognize like what that means and why they're feeling that way and what to do and how to resolve that, you know? So it's not like it feels good. They just may not have like realized the alternative, you know? And it wouldn't have, you guys wouldn't have, coming back to what I said before about like why we get separated from people, when there's no more teaching and learning to do, and you're both of those things, both the teacher and the learner, and so is this person. There's no just one person is a teacher and one person's the learner. It's a like symbiotic relationship, and it's reciprocal as well. Basically, like, no more of that can happen right now because, like, somebody is not receptive to that any longer. So that's why, coming back to that. Somebody, yeah, it's like, it won't be a fair exchange anymore. And I'm seeing your guides be like, that's not something that you need to do then, you know? Unless you're like, nope, I want to experience them, but it's not going to be a pleasant experience for you if you choose to. So that's why you're being like opted out of this. Essentially, some of you don't even have the choice. You are being separated from this person by like means outside of what you feel is your own choice. I actually feel that this is, no more cards want to come out. I'm seeing Pisces on the bottom of the deck. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Aquarius was the only major arcana that came out. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.